grow from that. So here is the Tarot of Dreams, and we're going to lay out all the cards for the latter part of the year. I did the reading for Aquarius and it was fire, so I hope yours is lit as well, okay? So let's take a look and see. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. So first you have the Hermit. And then you have the Strength card. Now I'm not going to announce every single one, but maybe. The Death card, which is Scorpio. Fundamental change to the feminine. And the Wheel of Fortune with regard to the masculine. Very strong masculine. By the way, 2018 is a Yang year in terms of Chinese astrology. So it's the year of the wooden dog, which is a Yang energy year. So you're going to be seeing lots of masculine archetypes and stuff, and no, that's not patriarchy. It's the divine masculine. Then we have, this is the Hierophant card, by the way. It's called the Faith card in this deck. And then we have Temperance. Okay. This is an interesting card. We'll talk about that more once I see like more to do with it. But I feel like Temperance, Sagittarius, there's as great as Sagittarius is for Aquarius, I feel like for Virgo at this time, it's an energy that you're leaving behind. It's kind of dusk here, and a hummingbird just flew up to the window and flew down. It was totally crazy. I was like, whoa, that's huge. I thought it was a bee. It was so big. Here is the next message. And I'm not on the first floor, so it's kind of random that it flew up like that. The next message is the Moon. And then we have the Magician. Okay. And then we have the Empress. And then we have the Priestess. And then we have the Sun. And then we have the Devil here. Ooh, but remember, all the cards are coming through. And then we have the Hanged Man. I'm always surrounded by hummingbirds, eh? It's kind of crazy. Maybe that's like my totem or something. There's a ton of hummingbirds here, northern hummingbirds. I live in a temperate rainforest. I don't know if you guys know this, but South Coast BC is a temperate rainforest. So it's an actual rainforest because it rains here so much. Then you have the Emperor, established rules that you have to kind of get rid of. Justice card. Okay. And then the Star. This is a very potent position for the Star. So I feel like there is going to be a sudden shift that takes you in a new direction. Then you have the Judgment. A big decision that you're making. The Fool. Okay. And the World. Very good. Very good. What's this card? The Tower. Wow. Huge change. You're going to be, okay, there's something that you're, and the Chariot is overcoming. So in order to achieve the overcoming that you are seeking, you are going to have to in some way, you know, put a lot on the line, and you're going to persevere and overcome. But it's gotten to be such a stale situation that it's holding you down and holding you back. And no matter what you do, all this complacent energy, the way you've been managing circumstances is trying to draw a happy medium or a happy divide. And it's not going to work for you. It has not worked for you, and it won't work for you moving forward. I feel like there is a duplicitous relationship that is coming up for you in the fall or in the latter part of the year. And it's not a duplicitous relationship in a negative sense. It's an expression of a person portraying themselves to be one way. And I'm not picking on Christians, but it's coming to mind because it's the Faith card, right? Or the Hierophant. So or a person of any faith, right? But somebody who positions themselves as very pious, religious, you know, the quintessential fake religious person. Now, I don't think that religious people are fake, but I'm saying that person that's kind of playing up a religious stereotype in order to seem like an angel. They're not. And I feel like you're dealing with a person like that in the latter part of the year, a person who, you know, speaks themselves to be a saint, but actually is not. So, and in fact, they're probably worse than, you know, your average person. So, but you got the Chariot. Don't be afraid. You're fine. I feel like this person is a necessary step to a long-standing problem that you're stuck in. So you're stuck in some circumstance that has been with you for a long time, for many years. And I feel like it's gotten so stale and so crusty that nothing is moving it forward. It's like cemented itself. So you need this person who is subversive and egomaniacal and nasty to push the thing along. He or she, sorry for the prejudicial statement that it's a he, it could be a woman, but he or she, it's just because this guy's a man in the picture. But maybe for some of you that channeled message keeps on coming through, so maybe it's a man. So anyway, so this person is going to be a catalyst, and it's going to be someone who is, they're just not a good person. They're just, and there's enough force of evil behind them. I'm sorry, this sounds super scary, but there's enough force of evil behind them to put into motion events that make you address certain circumstances and change your life and finally become liberated. Because what you've been doing, and this is I'm not going to tell you this is the past, this is the future, and it's gotten so stale and crusty because you've been complacent, you've been tiptoeing on eggshells around this situation, and now it's going to come through, you know, full blast, and it's going to be like a rush of water. But this is freedom, and it's going to lead you to some great freedom. It's going to get you away from the bad situations. We're going to pull a lot of cards for this to clarify, so stick with me, Virgo. But this is really for the latter part of the year. Expect the unexpected at the end of the year. And we said 2018 is a huge change, and so this is the time when you will go through it in a big way, and it's not for the faint at heart. There's a lot going on in Scorpio in November, which sextiles Virgo, right? So this opens up opportunities for Virgo to carry through certain things. This is the number one thing that you feel as though is your burden, the thing that for whatever reason you can't change. So the number one thing that is holding you down, that is holding you back from being free, that is the thing that is going to just blow up, and the channeled message is blow up in your face, and that you're going to have to deal with it, and it's not going to be necessarily pretty, but it is going to eliminate the barriers that are preventing it from being like removed from your life. So you are going to be emancipated. That's the channeled message. So it's not like you're going to, you know, fall prey to this. It's just, it's like being pushed into like a tetanus shot when you're a child, and you know that it's going to hurt, but somebody like tricks you, or somebody has to add that external kind of push in order to push you to make a certain decision that you wouldn't have you would have towed the line all this time. So I feel like this is going to cause you to, you know, say no freaking way. You know, you're going to put your foot down. Okay. So, and you were right about this person. This is the thing about it. If this is a Taurus person, you were right about them. They are shady, shady, shady. And if they're not Taurus, then could be a Capricorn. I'm not feeling the earth energy for you guys at all. But make sure, this is my advice for leading into September. I would say get all your work done by the summer. Just get it all done and out of the way. Any extraneous, if you have something that you need to address, get it done so you're really ready for the fall. It's going to be interesting for the autumn. You can do it, and you're not at fault. It's just there's someone who is going to see an opportunity and going to come for it, but I think that you're going to see very clearly. The priestess is in the center. You're going to see very clearly, and there's going to be a lot of men who are helping you in this. And I feel like this energy, the death card, the female energy is in some way going to be stopped for a moment. Nobody's going to die. It's just going to shift towards strong masculine energy that will protect you. This is Jupiter. And so that will help you. That will help you make certain decisions. Your decisions are going to come from a deeply psychic place in the latter part of the year. Really deep psychic place that they're just going to transmutate through you. And I know I just threw down like some major channeled messages here, so I'm going to make sure that you see the full breadth of it. It's not all about this event, but this event, I just saw it here. I mean, the Faith card, the Devil, the Hangman, and the Tower, and the Temperance in this position. This Temperance in this position is you towing the line. We talked about it, so okay. But ironically enough, women are going to be a point of emancipation for you. And I feel like Virgos, other Virgos, are going to help you manifest. So Virgos need to come together and form these bonds of support and manifestation and the ability to see through. One advice for you, Virgo, be very honest and true through the things that you are working through this year. Be very honest and don't lie. Not saying that you do lie, but just work through like hyper authenticity and hyper truth and vigilance to the truth. So this Justice card here, this feels as though there's like something that is standing in the way of your personal. There's something standing in the way of your personal progress that has to do with this, and it's legal in certain respects. And I feel like this is going to get blown out of the water throughout this year. There's going to be an event probably later on, like to do with this, that is going to take the balance and the order out of the situation, and it's almost like it's going to leave it exposed. So I don't know if you guys know video games, but when I used to play video games, I played a lot of video games for a long time. When I was, for a long time, let's not say how long, but yeah, I was a gamer. And so imagine this energy. When you fight a boss, one of the big tricks in playing a video game is you wait for the boss. I know this sounds really ridiculous, but some of you will resonate, and please comment down below if you resonate with this. But when you fight a boss, you have to wait for the boss to initiate an attack, and then you counter move, right? So I feel like this, because the reason you do that is when the boss, does their attack, they're vulnerable for like a split second because they've initiated an action and they have to regroup. And so they leave themselves exposed. And so this situation and this here is creating that opportunity of exposure where it wasn't available to you for like 5 years before, 10 years before for some of you. So there's this kind of event that happens that shakes things up. I don't think you're going to be attacked. It's not a boss move. But I feel like there's going to be someone who comes in who rattles things up. And then you're going to have it like open to you to step through on an open platter. And by that point, you're going to have the resiliency and the foresight within yourself to be able to, make that decision. And I feel like you're going to make it no problem. It's not going to be like you're going to be heeing and hawing and scratching your head. You're going to know exactly what to do. Really, you're going to know exactly what to do. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Okay? And I feel like the message here, the theme of 2018 is eliminating. This came through super strong in your February reading that I did right before doing this. You're eliminating toxins, limitations, shackles that you're in. You're embracing freedom, Virgo. And I feel like that's necessary. And your happiness is the emancipation. Your happiness is the emancipation. So whatever comes of it, you will be very happy. You will feel good. You'll feel very good for everything that's happened, and everything will kind of calm down and rectify itself. And it's going to change. You might change where you live. You might change the nature of what you do. Your whole fundamental scheme of things is going to change. Okay. Yep. So in the early part of the year, I feel like somebody's going to push certain things into effect. Somebody's initiated a course of action. They may have done it knowingly, knowing the situation you're in and know like the things, or it could be completely coincidental, you know, so it could be something that is not, it's not in relation to you at all, but it is happening, you know, very quickly. Very cool. Take heed, Virgo, take heed. Okay, so this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, and it's the same artist as this. So the Priestess, there's a new oracle coming into your life. There's a new advisor. They're going to tell you what to do, which way to go, and how to go about certain things. Okay, let's see what's next. Let's see the Tower. So we have, so the compass, the direction of your life is going to fundamentally change at the end of the year. And it's for the better. It's not a tower of destruction and, you know, loss. In fact, let's take a look at the World card here. So this is going to allow you to live more authentically. This is the magnifying glass. And so this is living more authentically with regard to who you are, representing who you are at a deeper level. No more of these caricatures of who you are, you know. No more, you know, singing to or acting in the way that other people expect you to be. Let's see what this Devil is. Okay, let's see. So we have the Well. So the Well represents good luck and fortune. I think that you have been waiting for fortune to come to your side, and that in itself has become your prison. So rather than addressing the issue, you have been waiting for the opportune moment or the opportune time, and that in itself is the thing that's got you on lockdown, the thing that has you holding back from receiving from life what you deserve. Okay, let's take a look at the Faith card. So you have the Birds. So this is a person to do with gossip, right? Much better than other things. This is a person who, let's say that you have a bad reputation. Let's say that you have a bad reputation with something and it's become dormant. So you can't really address this issue because, you know, it's dormant. How are you going to unpack it? It's kind of like a threat to do so. So you keep on going along with this direction, and this person comes along and they seem very perfect, like, you know, perfect, idealistic. And then this person in some way they're not a good person. I'm telling you right now. And I feel like they are going to, you know, gossip or share information and reinitiate that dormant representation of you. So you're going to have the opportunity to address it and say, hey, wait a minute, it wasn't like that. So all those things that had become passive and so much time had passed that now you cannot talk about, somebody's going to create an opportunity. It's not going to be like a pleasant thing because you're going to have to face it, but now you're going to get a chance to speak to it, and you will, and you're going to shut it down. This is the Chariot. Let's get you a card for the Chariot. So you have the Bouquet. There's like the channeled message is consolation prize, but I think that you're going to get gifts and you're going to get awarded and you're going to get compensation. So if you're waiting on a matter, then it's going to come through really, really, really thick for you. And I feel like this is, you know, ironically, it's your change in fortune, but I don't think at the moment you're going to see it that way specifically. Let's look at the Lovers here. Let's see. So there's people who are in alignment with who you are. There are people within your community who think of you as their family. There's people who have very deep feelings for you, people who are gonna commit towards your betterment and towards your personal progress. Let's look at the Empress. So we have the Scythe. So I think that maybe there is going to be a woman who in a certain way puts an end to things. This is coming through twice. There is going to be a woman who in the past has excuse me, terminated something. There's going to be a closure to something. You're going to carry on, and then this person is going to come in and kind of reactivate some of the things that have been dormant that you really need to address, because they have in a certain way held you down or held you back, and through that process you are going to get a new chance in a new direction, and it's going to be much better than which you have, because you've been held back for so long, you know, that you've been held back for so long that it's gonna lead to you being pushed forward by life so much further than you were before. Let's see the Last Judgment. So I feel as though you're being very calculated, very intelligent about the decision that you're making, but it is coming through like a higher process, intuition, the crown chakra, enlightenment, and you might surprise yourself at just how informed that decision is. So I feel like in terms of relationships, let's see, well, I think that relationships are possible for you definitely this year, but I feel like when this happens for you at the end of 2018, I feel like I think it's gonna be like a few weeks, and it's gonna be all encompassing, and then there's gonna be celebration about it. So maybe in the process of this, something will come through. In terms of love, let's see. I feel like maybe that's like a sideline thing that's going on for you. Let's take a look at the star. So there's a destiny with regard to your business. There's a destiny with regard to the things that you are doing that is so much greater than that which you know already. And then we have the Wheel. And I think that it's important for you to really study hard and learn things hard, so that at the end of the day, this is the last card, the Lily, you come at things from a very informed perspective. Virgo, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you guys for hanging out and seeing me read all this. Sorry that it was so intense and potent, but I hope it gives you insight and inspiration. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful year. Take care. Bye-bye.